my phone. Okay. Hey everyone, it's Sarah and welcome to What You Making Wednesday, where every Wednesday I make something absolutely delicious. This week I'm making tomatillo pineapple salsa. I've had it at many restaurants, but I've never actually made it at home, so we're going to give this a try. So what you're going to need, a pound of fresh tomatillos. The grocery store I went to, the tomatillos were actually not very good looking, so I decided to opt it out and do a pound, it's a little over a pound of green tomatoes. For tomatillos you want to husk them, there's no husk on these. Wash these and quarter these. I probably will make it a little bit smaller than that. I might make it into eighths just so that it goes in the food processor a little bit better. But you're going to want to wash these and then cut them into quarters. I'm going to go with eighths. You're going to need 1 ounce of fresh chili pepper. The recipe that I have, they said they like it with serrano peppers, so I ended up getting a serrano chili pepper. Now a lot of the heat is kept in the seeds, so I'm actually going to seed it. This one says you keep it with the seeds. Spice hurts me, so my digestive system doesn't really like heat. I like the taste of heat, but my digestive system begs to differ. So we're going to de-seed that. You're going to want half a large white onion. Rather than getting a large white onion and cutting it in half, they had smaller ones at my grocery store, so I'm going to use a whole small one because it was about half of what the large ones were. So you're going to cut this up. It says cut into large chunks, so again I'll probably cut this into at least fourths if not eighths. You're going to want 6 ounces of fresh pineapple cut into chunks. I went the easy route and got them already chunked up for me. This is a little over 3/4 of a pound. I like my salsa a little bit sweeter because I like the taste of pineapple, so I'm going to actually use this whole container. Just get rid of some of the pieces that still have pieces of the outer skin on it. And I probably will even use the juice in there as well, since these are rather hard tomatoes. You're also going to want a 1/4 cup of fresh cilantro. I got it in a nice cute little package here. I'm going to take some of the stems off of it and use a 1/4 of a cup. This is 3/4 of an ounce, so we will probably use the whole thing just because it kind of looks like a 1/4 of a cup in here minus the stems. You're going to want 1/3 teaspoon of salt, and that's for taste. And you're going to want the juice of half of a lime. Again, I absolutely love citrus and limes, so I'm actually going to use the juice of the whole lime. We're kind of winging this, and I'm going to be doing this all in a food processor. It doesn't look like a normal food processor because it's it's off of a hand blender. Okay, we've got our tomatillos. I did cut them into eighths. They're about this big. So we're going to stick them in our food processor. We're going to pause this because I'm not going to have enough room for my pineapple. Paused it up just a tad, I just wanted to give my pineapples just a little bit more room. Like this one has a little piece of the skin on it, so I'm going to cut that off. Oh, found another one. But hey, you can't complain because this definitely has more of a convenience factor to it. Oh, and one more. And then I said I was going to put the juice in there, which I still am going to do. Pour the juice. And again, I'm going to pulsate this because there is not going to be enough room for my onions. Okay, now the pepper and the onion, because I actually don't like the smell of either one of those on my hands. So I'm going to put on a pair of gloves. You would think that I could get these on since I am a chemist and I wear them all the time. Apparently my hands say otherwise. So we're going to wash off the pepper. We're going to take off the stem I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna actually take off the little nubby thing at the end. I don't know why I take that off, I just do. All of the heat is gonna be in this inside rib and seeds. So I'm gonna actually take that part out. Ooh, you can smell it, it's so good. All right, I'm gonna get my paring knife. I'm gonna get some of this ribbing out. I'm just gonna chop this up into thirds. Got rid of the rest of the ribbing. Cut this into thirds as well. Place the rest of it into the food processor. And now on to the onion. I do love onion. I don't like the fact that it leaves a smell in my hands, which is why I cut it while using gloves. Another good tip is sticking it in the freezer. It alleviates the crying eye syndrome. Okay, so I'm actually, I too as well, I'm gonna cut this into eighths. Just like the tomatoes. I should say not eighths because they're not equal sizes. But 8 pieces into your food processor, and I keep losing pieces of my onion. And forgot cilantro. Yeah, by removing the stem portion, or the thicker stem portions of it, will give me closer to 1/4 of a cup. And then I'm just gonna break it off into smaller pieces to stick into my food processor. I got leaves of cilantro going everywhere. We're just gonna, ooh, it smells so fragrant. I love it. We're gonna squeeze the 2 halves of lime into the food processor. You could use a juicer, I don't have one. Fork will also help. I'm okay. I'm pretty good at squeezing limes. The best thing about limes is the fact that there's no seeds in them. That's the one thing I do not like about lemons. Unfortunately, I don't think you can ever get a seedless lemon. Oh, and we need our 1/3 of a teaspoon of salt. How are you supposed to get a 1/3 of a teaspoon when it only comes in 1 teaspoon, 1/4 a teaspoon, 1/2 a teaspoon, and a tablespoon? We are going to use, I have this cute little, so since I don't have a 1/3 of a teaspoon, we're going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon. And then like a little bit extra. We're guesstimating. And we're gonna go ahead and it's very soupy, but it's okay. If anything, I can drain some of the juice out. But let's taste it. Wire scissors. Or a knife. I got organic white corn tortilla chips. Let's give this a taste. It's actually really, really good. Granted, I do think I put a little too much cilantro in, but if you like cilantro, then good. And I like cilantro, so it's pretty good. I mean, hey, for my first go at making tomatillo pineapple salsa, granted it's green tomato pineapple salsa, it is very, very good. It's delicious. Highly recommend. Charge the battery. God damn it. My battery died on my other camera. But I guess I'm gonna use the other one. Hopefully that one's not dead.